Well, this afternoon at Friedrichshafen, I'm with Henry, W8HJR. You are involved with the Dayton Amateur Radio Society, Association I should say, and you're over here in Friedrichshafen promoting Dayton, I believe.
Yes, we are. We have every year a number of international visitors, and this group has come to our place to promote their show, so we thought we would come over here to promote ours.
Right. Well, we were talking before lunch that we would like to come to Dayton, not probably next year, but maybe the year after. So we're kind of getting ready and working out what we need to bring. But you are the biggest amateur radio show in the world. How much bigger are you than Friedrichshafen?
Well, I walked through your flea market today. I went up and down every aisle.
Yeah.
And when I got done, I realized I'd walked about as far as you would on one of our rows in our flea market.
As big as that?
And we have about 10 or 12 rows. So
right.
The flea market is at least 10 times bigger than the one here.
Oh, that is just mind-blowing.
Yeah, last year we sold 1,900 and some spots in our flea market.
That's phenomenal. What about the exhibition hall? Much bigger than this?
Well, for a single room, this is larger than any of the single rooms we have. The exhibition hall's total is 165,000 square feet. So I'm not sure what this facility is total, but we're pretty good size. Probably, since our flea market's outside, the total space inside here might be close to the same, but definitely the flea market is a big difference.
Yeah. Well, as I say, it's one of the ones that I know the boys and I are quite excited we will come at some point in time. So hopefully we'll see you there. Just kicking off now. Dayton has been going a long time, and you're at the Hara Arena in Dayton, I believe?
Yes, we are.
And how many years?
We moved to Hara Arena. I'm hoping my memory's right on this. I believe in 1964. And before that, it was in a location downtown, and it outgrew it, so they moved to Hara Arena. And then Hara Arena expanded a couple times since then because of Hamvention needed more space. So now we're the only, if I remember correctly, we're the only show that completely uses all of Hara Arena. And even the parking lot is used for the flea market. So we get a lot of people in there. Sure. Every year we're hitting around 26,000 attendees each year now.
Okay. So from somebody that's out of town, and I know a lot of other people have done this, if I was travelling, what's the accommodation like? Is there plenty of accommodation for people staying over around in the area?
Well, if you reserve early, no problem, you can get fairly close. If you wait to the last minute, you may have to stay 20, 30, maybe 40 miles outside of town.
40
because
miles.
We fill up the motels, basically.
Yeah.
So you can still find places, but you're not going to get any deals on the prices at that point. And,
they don't have to.
And you may not be very close.
Yeah. Well, that sounds interesting. Now, any tips for people going to Dayton? Any sort of extra tips that people need to do?
Well, the big one is plan early. If you know you're going to come, get your flight in early, get your motel room early, because that just simplifies things for you. The other thing is make a list of what you want to look for, because if you come and you start looking at every table in the flea market, you're not going to be done and the show's going to be over. So you need to go along and say, nothing on this table I'm interested in, and move on.
Yeah.
But most people come, literally, you see them walking along with a little printed list of what they're going to look at and what they're going to look for, because if you literally stopped and just spent, well, when you have 1,900 tables, if you spend a minute at each table, that's a lot of time.
I could grow up here like yours was talking. But no, it sounds really, really interesting. Now, also you have a lecture stream, I believe, with lectures going on there.
Yes.
And various bits and pieces.
Yes, we have a bunch of forums. We have the standard ones, DXing, emergency communication, safety, all those kinds of things. We have some youth programs because we're trying to get the young people interested in ham radio. Yes, and we give out awards every year. We give out the Amateur of the Year, the Technical Excellence, and the Outstanding Achievement Plus Club of the Year.
Yeah.
So if there are any clubs internationally that want to apply, we're looking at that too. We've had international winners of different awards. So I'd urge any group that has someone that they would like to nominate for an award that they think is deserving of attention, send it in. We always have the award information on our website, www.hamvention.org.
Yeah.
And we're happy to consider anybody from anywhere for our awards if they're deserving.
Yeah. Well, you've told me quite a lot about things I didn't know, like the awards. I knew there were some awards, but I didn't know they were international. And that's going to be very, very good for our listeners. I know a lot of our listeners do live in the States, so this will be quite relevant to them, some of the things we're saying, but equally others live all throughout the world, and obviously very, very useful information. Right. So I'd say that's probably very great information you've given us. Anything you'd like to say, or would you like to promote next year's event, the dates and...
Yes, I have to look at the dates.
All right.
Want to make sure I got them.
Get it right.
Our dates next year are May 20th, 21st, and 22nd. And it's always the third weekend in May.
Third weekend in May.
And we hope a lot of the international visitors will come. We hope a lot of the people in the States will come. Again, plan early. That's the big thing, because if you can't plan early, and you can get there at the last minute, you're going to enjoy it. But the more you plan, the better off you'll be.
Sounds good to me. Well, listen, Henry, thank you very, very much for giving us the interview and spending time with us. And I wish you every success with what you're doing here at Friedrichshafen and for next year's Dayton Hamvention. Thank you very much, Henry.
Thank you.
Ta.